Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Marketing Engine that we call BME for short. And all this week, we're going to be talking about sales and offers and how you can really position your marketing well. And so today, we're going to talk about how to create offers that attract your ideal customers. I'm excited to share with you, so stay tuned and I'll break it down. So in marketing, like I mentioned in the beginning of the show here, it's really important that we understand how to construct offers that attract our ideal customers. And this isn't as hard or as confusing as we like to make it. It's just there's a framework and a structure and a process. And I want to break that down for you today because it's one of the things that we love helping our clients with. Before I get into the specifics here, I'll just share a quick story with you. A couple weeks ago, I got to meet with a prospect who became a client. And they had a really powerful and effective product that they were delivering, but they were getting most of their business through referrals. And so with referrals, trust is typically very high. There's just, again, like if somebody says, hey, go work with this person, then the person that referred them over, the person that was referred, they already have a lot of trust because of the referral. But when we don't have that trust level, it's harder to sell a high ticket product to somebody that we've never talked to before. And so this client of ours, they had a $5,000 or $6,000 package that they were selling with referrals, but we were talking about using a new marketing channel with cold email. And so we walked through a simple exercise, and I said, okay, how do we deliver value for less than $1,000 so that we can start a conversation and engage with people that don't know you yet and don't trust you? And so by breaking down some of that big wall of distrust, I always say there's a wall of distrust, and that wall is built up by high cost, high time investments, all these different things. And so if you're trying to get a prospect who doesn't know you to jump over that huge wall, it's going to be hard. You're only going to get a handful, if any, of the folks that you're prospecting, talking to that are interested to jump over that wall. But if you can find a way to take that big wall of distrust and make it a simple value-based ladder. A lot of us have heard of like ascension models or value ladders. The first step is the key to attracting somebody, building trust, and deciding on both sides if they're a good, customer for you and if you're the right provider for them. So as we think about offers, we were able to break that down for our client and create an offer that is super attractive, risk-free, and we actually even kind of talked through the structure that we're testing and finalizing. And said, well, why don't we just get a $200 deposit, and then we deliver great results, we'll get paid the balance. So we really lowered that first step, that first hurdle that a prospect needs to step over. When you're thinking about your offers, there's a handful of things to keep in mind. One is to remind yourself that the fastest way to get traction with your offers is to make sure that your offer falls into one of the broad categories. There's 3 broad categories and there's subcategories that we'll touch on a little bit, but one of the broad categories of what we desire as humans. So if you think about it, most successful things that have been marketed fall into 3 categories: health, wealth, and love. So if you can help somebody be healthier, live longer, then they're going to be attracted to that, right? Because all of us have that drive to be healthy, to survive, to go on. Wealth, if you can give somebody more money or more time, because those are both wealth components, then they're going to be like, man, I want to learn about this. And then love is community, love, acceptance, positivity in their relationships, all those types of things. If we look at any one of those macro level categories, the 3 categories of health, wealth, and love, your offer should fall into that. There are multiple human desires, and there's like 14. If you look up 14 human desires, there's some great results on that, and maybe we'll dive into more deeply on that in a future show. But just ask yourself, what am I offering? Health, wealth, or love? And figure out what category your offer really goes into. The second thing to pay attention to is to remember that time is significantly more expensive than money. So think about that for a minute. If I told you, you know what, I can deliver this product or this service for $100 that will bring you 10 new leads a day so you can grow your business. Are you interested? You're like, you'd probably be suspicious at that price, right? But and you wanted to ask the details, said, well, the only thing you have to do is you have to spend 6 hours a day for the next 60 days to make this happen. But it's only $100. Nobody would ever buy that because time is more expensive than money. So when we're creating an offer, we want to sell the speed of success, a fast win, a low time investment to take the first step, because none of us engage in new habits or create new success by saying, I'm going to, run a marathon tomorrow and I'm just going to start and I'll just run the marathon tomorrow. If you haven't trained for that, it's going to be a terribly painful experience. The odds of you finishing are extremely low, and it's going to be time consuming and difficult. But if we say, you know what, as an offer, we'll say in the health space, you want to learn to run a marathon, I'm going to show you how you can be ready to run a marathon and finish with in a decent time by only spending 30 minutes a week preparing. Now, I don't know if that's possible, probably not possible in reality, but think about the attractiveness of that offer. So as you're thinking about your offers, remember that time is more expensive than money, and to sell speed of success or a first fast win that shows them the progress they're going to make. So instead of promising something that probably wouldn't work, of saying, in 30 minutes a week, you'll be able to run a marathon in, 90 days, you can say, in your first 2 weeks, we're going to show you how you can easily run 3 miles and start to build the stamina so that you're going to be ready to run your full marathon. And so you're promising something you can deliver, and you're going to show them a simple process, a low time investment that helps them gain momentum and see success and see the path that they can take towards their ultimate goal. So that's another thing to really keep in mind in your offers. The third thing that I always remind everyone and encourage you to remember is test and test and test and test. Don't ever fall in love with a single offer or a single channel. Constantly look at ways to improve and expand your results. So maybe right now you're doing some Facebook advertising, or maybe you're doing email marketing, or maybe you're doing direct mail, or maybe you're calling people, or maybe you're getting business through referrals, through an event you go to, or networking, or things like that. Those are all great things to start, but you don't want to depend on a single channel, because what if you're really busy for a few weeks and you can't go to networking events, and so you start losing leads? Or what if you're only doing Facebook advertising and Facebook pulls a stunt like they do very frequently with lots of friends and entrepreneurial friends, and just something shuts down or is broken and you have to restart and re-engage and get everything straightened out? That's a totally normal thing to happen on multiple different platforms. So don't allow yourself to be trapped or pinned in one method of marketing and one place to make your offer. Instead, test your offer in other channels, test ways to recraft how you present what you're going to deliver to somebody so it's new and it's attractive. Offer creation does not have to be difficult. There's a fairly simple process to go through. And so if you need help with your offer creation, please reach out. I'd love to serve you with it. We have a process and a system that we take our clients through that helps them really create effective offers and then test them, because often we'll test something and we'll find like a piece of it works, but it needs another adjustment. That's why we always say test and test and test and keep at it and keep optimizing, getting better and better results. All those things are things we can help you with, but regardless of where you're at and what you decide to do, make sure you're intentional about thinking about how to craft offers that are super attractive to your ideal customers, that lower that wall of distrust, that make it easy, progressive, simple steps to engage more and more with you. Remember that to sell the speed of success, because time is more expensive than money. And remember to test and expand the channels that you use for marketing so you don't get caught in a position where your business is struggling because you haven't expanded your marketing. I hope this has been useful to you. And if you need anything, please reach out. I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show.